Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and China, which aren't things I discuss frequently on this channel, any of those three topics. We do discuss crypto and Bitcoin a little bit here. We've discussed it in the past. We're discussing it again now, obviously. We discuss China from time to time, especially how China kind of interacts with Thailand, maybe tourism-wise, immigration-wise. Business-wise, China's a big old economy. It's really substantial. It's growing fast. So yeah, it's gonna impact. It's gonna sort of interact with other jurisdictions in this region. But the reason for this video is, I thought this was kind of interesting. I thought of making this after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled "Beijing Quietly Backing HK Crypto Plan." So HK, I think they mean Hong Kong, which if you read the article, and I urge those who are watching this video, go read that in detail because there's a lot of good information in there. But from the title, it's sort of like, Hong Kong may become this sort of new epicenter for crypto, and that may happen. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. But we have noticed here in Bangkok, down here in Thailand, that there's been a cryptocurrency regime brought online, a regulatory regime. There's a legal framework here for dealing with it, and there's been a lot of interest and a lot of activity in the crypto space here in Thailand, both in terms of advisory and brokerage and all these kind of issues. But yeah, Thailand has a pretty open platform, if you will. I thought of making this video and reading this small excerpt. Again, I urge those to read the article in full, quoting directly. The mainland representatives are reporting their findings in Hong Kong to superiors in mainland China, although the purpose of those reports isn't clear, the people said. Quote, as long as it's still under the party's control, there will be no U-turn on China's crypto policy, unquote, said He Yifan, founder and CEO of state-backed blockchain firm Red Date Technology. Quote, it does no good to the real economy, unquote. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Hong Kong is an interesting jurisdiction, especially these days. It's a special autonomous region of China. Again, as we all know, it's formerly a British colony that was handed back in 1997. And it's always had this kind of interesting, somewhat nebulous interaction and relationship with mainland China. Then within the past couple of years, we saw some major crackdowns in Hong Kong. And by crackdown, we mean something very different than sort of an immigration crackdown here in Thailand. No, we're talking, there were people in the streets, and it was going to be a real issue up there. And I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of all of that, most assuredly, because frankly, this video and this channel isn't the place to do that. But I find it interesting that on the one hand, people are out there saying, Hong Kong could be the next big center for crypto. And then at the same time, the jurisdiction that ultimately controls that particular jurisdiction, autonomous as it is sitting there saying, well, we don't know that this is going to do us, any good, sort of thing. So interesting. The sort of juxtaposition there is one that, it's one that I would think seriously about when I'm looking at possibly using that jurisdiction again for banking or crypto-related issues. Meanwhile, you got Thailand, who's pretty straightforward about, crypto regulation and sort of how Thailand feels, quote unquote, regarding crypto. There's not all this kind of opacity, and I hesitate to use the term doublespeak.